Hi everyone, good job finding the main lesson video. And like I said in our warm-up video, today we are doing lesson 27, where we are going to be working on addition equations where the two numbers that we are adding together both have double digits. So I'll show you what I mean by this. So for example, if we had 16 plus 15, both of the add-ins, or numbers we're adding together, have two digits. Tens digit, ones digit. Tens digit, ones digit. Okay? And we're going to be working on problems that specifically their ones places, when added together, are 10 or more. If we add 6 plus 5 together, I know that's 11, and that's bigger than 10. Okay? So when we're doing that and adding double-digit numbers together, what's different about having the ones places being more than 10 is meaning we're making another group of 10. So it's a little bit trickier when we're adding numbers like these together because the tens place is going to change even more since we're making another group of 10. If that's still kind of a little unclear, that's okay. We're going to work through it with our pictures and drawings today. And I got a new toy. I got these magnetic tens tables. Or 10 frames, sorry, where I get to put these little colors on here, so that'll help with our drawings and maybe make it a little easier to see when we make a full group of 10. So we'll try those out today. So the first problem that we're going to be working on is not 16 plus 15, so you don't have to write that one down. But we're going to be working on 18 plus 12, okay? So why don't you make sure that you have something to write on and something to write with. If you don't have that as of right now, quickly go and grab it. Otherwise, write 18 plus 12 on your board. I'm actually going to change mine around here. Take a couple seconds. All right, if you're set, awesome. If not, hit pause and hit play whenever you're ready to move on. But we're gonna move on now. All right, so we have 18 plus 12. So I wanna make a picture first to show these with 10 sticks drawings and my 10 frames or our extra ones that we use. So let's focus on just our first number, which is 18. How many tens are in 18? Let's look at the tens place. You tell me, how many tens are in 18? 1. So I'm going to draw 1 10, okay? And I'm going to make it nice and dark so you can see it. There's my 110, and I made it really big because my 10 frames are really big too. So, if I have my 110 shown with a 10 stick, remember that's not a big one, that is a 10 stick, okay? Then we have, how many ones do we have? We have 8 extra ones. This is where I'm going to use my 10 frame. And you can just draw these pictures out like we always do. We're going to use circles. And you're going to draw your circles. I have magnetic circles. And we always line them up in our 10 frame organization method. So we're going to still do that. Alright, so we have 8. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top row. And once we have 5 on the top row, we go right down to the next row. 6, 7, 8. Boom. All right. So there's my picture for 18. I have 110 plus my 8 ones. 110, 8 ones. All right, I'm set. Let's move on. Now let's look at the number 12. How many tens are in the number 12? There's 1. Good job. So we're going to draw that 110, just like we did with our last number. One big line up and down. So that's our 110. Now, we're going to look at our ones place. How many ones do we have in the number 12? We have 2 ones. 1, 2. There we go. All right. So there's both of our pictures shown, or both of our numbers shown in picture form. We have 110 with 8 ones to show 18, and we have 110, 2 ones to show 12. Okay? Now we need to add them together. So I want to look at our tens first. I want to look at, I have 110 plus 110. I'm going to move this 10 over to there, just so I can put my tens together, because I'm going to put them in one big picture. So I'm going to draw a separate picture, but I'm moving my tens together. So let's bring this one down and this one down. So we have 110, 2 tens. All right. There, I added my tens together. Now I'm looking at my ones. So I'm even going to get rid of these because I don't even have these tens anymore. I just moved them down to there. We're going to create one big picture. Now this has 8 ones and it looks like 2 empty spaces. And I have 2 extra ones over here. What can we do with those ones? Where could those blue ones fit in? They can fit into this 10 frame to make a full 10 frame. If we do 8 plus these 2, we're adding our ones together, we now have a full 10 frame. And I'll move this down into our big picture. So this is what I was talking about when we're adding our ones digits together where we have 10 or more. Is this number, let's see, 2 tens, and then, we have another group of 10, so I write a number 10 here. Is that what 18 plus 12 is? 210? No, that's way too big. So this is where it gets a little tricky when we're adding ones places that add up to more than 10, or 10. So when I have another group of 10, that's what we made, right? We made a whole other group of 10. So how do we show our groups of 10 in our drawings? We use our 10 sticks. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to replace this. I'm going to take these 10 ones, make them a group of 10. So let me get rid of these quick. And I'm going to now show that 10 as a 10 stick. So now I have 3 tens and no extra ones. So 3 tens is 3 tens, 3 in the tens place, and then there's 0 extra ones. And what is that number right there? That is 30. So 18 plus 12 equals 30. All right, there's our first problem. We're going to work through 2 more the exact same way so we can get the hang of adding ones together that equal 10 or more, okay? So go ahead, find a blank spot on your piece of paper or erase your whiteboard. Give me a couple seconds so I can do the same. All right, our next problem, we're going to add 17 plus 17. All right, so 17 plus 17. Take a couple seconds, write that on your board. Make sure you have some space underneath it where you can draw your pictures. And give me a second to clear off my 10 frame. Okay, so I want to start exactly how we did in the last problem, where we're going to start by drawing our picture and starting with our tens. I like to do things the same way every time so we can get into a routine and we just know what step will come next. So if we're looking at our tens place, how many tens does 17 have? It has 1 10. There's a 1 in the tens place, meaning there's 1 10. So let's draw that 1 10. Do it with me. Boom. There's our 1 10. Nice big 10 stick, and nice and big so we can see it and it helps us stay organized. Now I'm going to fill in my 10 frame. You can either draw a 10 frame and fill it in, or you can just draw on the rows like we always do. But I'm going to show 7 because there are 7 ones, okay? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 on the top row. There's no more here to go. No more I can put on the top row. So we go down to the bottom row for 6 and 7. So you should have 5 on the top row, 2 on the bottom. That's how we show 7 in our tens frame. So there's my 17. Now we're adding 17. It's the same number. So is our picture going to look the same or different? It's going to look exactly the same, okay? So take some time now. Draw the 110. Oof, that was squeaky. And then add 7 extra ones to your 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, do both my pictures look exactly the same? I got 5 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 5 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Both have 110. We're good to go. So let's move on. And this is where we want to combine our pictures into one big picture. Since when we're adding numbers together, we're combining them into a bigger number. So we're going to start with our 1s or 10s. We're going to start with our 10s. So I have 110 here plus 110. 110 plus 110 is 2 10s. So let's draw 2 10s. 1, 2. So there's my 2 10s. Now, I'm adding my 1s together. So I'm adding 7 plus 7. Now I see if I want to make another group of 10, I only need 3 in this one. So we're adding 7 plus 7. So that's going to be a number bigger than 10. So we're going to have more than 2 10s, don't you think? So let's do this. We're going to do 7 plus 7. I'm going to move 3 of my green ones over here to show that 7 plus 3 equals 10. And then I have these 4 extra ones left over. So, is my answer going to be 2 10s? Then I have, a 10 right here, and then 4 here. 2,104? No, that seems way too big. I know that. So it can't be that. I must have done something wrong. Let me erase that. If I have a group of 10 right here that I completed a whole other 10 frame, I don't show groups of 10s as 10 frames. I show groups of 10s as a 10 stick. So that's what I want to do, just like we did in the last problem. We're going to get rid of this 10 frame. Since it's full, it must be 10. So I'm going to draw a 10 how we always draw 10s. And that's with our 10 stick. So now I have 1, 2, 3 10s. And then 4 extra ones. So now if we try and write that as a number, 1, 2, 3 10s. A 3 goes in the 10s place. And then my 4 extra ones go in the 1s place. Our answer is 34. 17 plus 17 equals 34. Nice job. Good work. All right. If you're understanding this and you're getting this, and you're like, I can do this by myself, awesome. That's super great. I love to hear that. If you're not really understanding it yet, that's okay. All right? We're still learning. We're going to keep working with this, and we're going to do another problem right now, okay? So make sure you have a clear spot on your piece of paper, and I will let you know what number sentence we're going to be doing. Let me take a second and erase my stuff. Okay, our last word or number sentence for today will be, 16 plus 15. 16 plus 15. Go ahead and write that on your board. Make sure you have space underneath it so we can draw our pictures. And give me a second to clean off my 10 frame. Okay, so we have 16 plus 15 equals. We're adding these two numbers up. 6 plus 5, that's going to equal more than 10. So we're going to have to do a little tricky work with our tens. But what do I want to start with? What's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to draw a picture. And do I want to start by looking at the tens place or the ones place? Tens place. All right, so if I have, how many tens do I have in the number 16? 1. So I'm going to draw 110. Nice big 110. Now, I'm showing my extra ones, or how many ones I have in the number 16. So I'm going to look at the ones place. How many ones do I have in the number 16? I have 6 ones. So let's draw 6 in our 10 frame organization. 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top row, and then we go to the bottom row. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is 16, shown in picture form. We have 110, 6 ones, 110, 6 ones. So now we need to show 15 the same exact way. Am I starting with the tens or the ones? I'm starting with the tens. How many tens are there? There's 110, so how do we draw 110? By just one line, starting from the top, going to the bottom. It looks like a 1, but remember, it's not a 1, it's a 10 stick. Now we have to add in our ones. So if we look at the ones place in 15, how many ones are there? 5. Good job. Oops, sorry. 5. So that's going to be our whole top row. Let me switch over to the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So now we have both our numbers shown in picture form. And if I have two pictures that I want to add together, how are we going to do that? We're going to draw them as one big picture. We're going to combine them. So do I want to start by looking at the ones or the tens? Always the tens. We're always going to look at the tens first. So if I have 110 and 110, I have 110 plus 110. That equals 2 tens. Show me what it looks like to draw 2 tens. It's going to be 2 sticks. 2 10 sticks. It's just like we're picking these sticks up and moving them down to the bottom. I wish I had magnetic 10 sticks, excuse me. Because I would just pick it up and move it down here. Because then we wouldn't have it up here. It'd be gone. We just move those two down together. So now we're left with adding the ones together. We have 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5. So I'm going to keep adding until I make another 10. How many blank spaces are there here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there, boom. I did 6 plus 4, and I got another 10. So I'm going to move my whole 10 frame down to the bottom. One fell off. And how many extra ones do I have left over? I have 1. Yeah, there's 1 green one over here. I'm going to move that into that space there. So now I have 2 tens, another group of 10, and another extra 1. So what should I do? Is this isn't, I think I've learned from the last 2 times I did this, this isn't the end of my problem. What do I do with this group of 10 here? I don't know. I have 10s shown with a 10 stick and then a 10 shown in a 10 frame. What should I do? I'm going to get rid of this group of 10 and show it how we show groups of 10s, which is with our 10 stick. So I get rid of that, toss that on the ground, and I'm going to replace it with that 10 stick. So I still have 3 10s. They're just shown the correct way now. So I have 3 10s and this 1 extra one left over. So this is what we're going to write in numerical form, meaning it's going to look like a number. 3 10s, so a 3 goes in the tens place. And then 1 extra 1, so a 1 goes in the ones place. And our answer for 16 plus 15 is 31. All right. Whew. Good job. That was a lot of tough, hard work that you guys are doing. Okay? If you still fully don't understand it, don't worry. That is okay. because we're going to do a couple more days on this before you switch to something else. Okay, and this stuff's tough. Your assessment problems are going to be just like that. I'll explain that in the next video. But remember, today we were working on adding 2-digit numbers together where the ones places added up to 10 or more. And that caused us to replace our 10 frame 10 with a 10 stick 10. Okay, because we were adding on extra groups of 10. Okay, so we're going to keep working with that. You guys are going to do a couple problems for your assessment for me to check out. And that's it for today. Great work. Head on over to the assessment video and I'll see you there. Bye.